Hey guys, what's going on? It is Dan Lags, and welcome back to another Danville revamp video. Guys, we hit the like goal of 500 likes on the last episode, so here I am back doing another upgrade, and we are going to be upgrading the So Many Flamingos apartment tower. I mentioned that I was going to upgrade this one at the end of the video. In a future video, I wasn't sure if it was going to be the very next one, but this is ultimately what I have decided to choose. And this is going to be a little bit different from your standard upgrade video just because it's not a house, it is an apartment building, it's a tower. So it's definitely going to take a little bit longer for me to upgrade this thing. But it should be pretty interesting because I can do a lot of different things with it. And plus, this is a really amateur build. Sorry, Jack. It's pretty much like a survival build, so we're definitely going to be able to make some big changes to it. So let's just take a kind of a fly around here and show you guys, you know, give you a refresher on what this build's all about. We have a parking lot in the back. It's basically just a apartment building, essentially. And we have balconies on each floor. Every single level has a staircase that kind of runs through with slabs, and like each floor has its own tenant, I guess. So we have Walter White, we have Torque Construction Lewis, bunch of memes. DeAnthony Thomas, football player. We got football players, we got actors, we got fake football players. Hingleman Kringleberry, that's like from the East South like Key and Peele video. Yeah, even I'm a tenant on this. I have the third floor, so I don't know if I'm gonna re-add the names, but I think that was kind of a funny thing that Jack added. So let me show you guys one floor here and just give you an idea of how silly these apartment rooms are. So we'll do the first floor, which is the testificates, and basically this is like where the villagers live. So every single floor has one apartment, so we'll keep that in mind when I'm creating the remake. I think I'm probably gonna make 2 apartments per floor, but we'll see. So yeah, as you can see, pretty basic interior in here is like survival at its finest. So even though it was built in creative, so we're gonna be able to do a lot with this and hopefully make it look pretty sweet. So I'm pretty much ready to get started with the upgrade, guys. I'll try to stick to the color theme. I'm gonna try to make it the same amount of floors, but we'll see what happens. So I'm ready to go. I'm ready to start building. So without further ado, let's go ahead and upgrade the So Many Flamingos apartment tower. And with the power of magic, we have got ourselves a brand new build. So here it is, the apartment tower upgraded. Pretty big difference, but I actually think this one turned out pretty great in terms of the similarities between them. Obviously, you know, they don't look the same, but there's a lot of references here that I can go through. So starting off, the same amount of floors. It is 10 floors, just like the original. Obviously, this one's going to be significantly taller because I chose to make the ceilings taller. I believe the first one only had maybe 2 or 3 block tall ceilings. This one has 5 block tall ceilings, and the first floor I believe is even taller, maybe like 7 or 8. So tried to keep the theme of 10 floors. Obviously it's a lot taller. I think the first build was 41 blocks tall. This one's about double that, it's about 80. So it actually makes the rest of Danville look really small. It dwarfs a lot of these builds. It's actually crazy because it kind of feels like a Los Angeles building inside of Danville in terms of like the scale of it. So even if you compare it to like Jack's other tower build over there at the beginning of the build, like look at how much bigger it is. Like it's significantly taller and larger overall. So that was something that was definitely crazy when building this thing. And because it's so big, it definitely took a lot longer. This one took me about 4 or 5 hours to build, as opposed to, you know, typically it takes me like maybe 2 or 3 for a standard house. But still really fun to kind of recreate this thing and incorporate the traditional gray, and it was pretty much just a bunch of shades of gray color scheme on the original, and add in some bricks, and I also added in some green on this side over here. As far as the rooftop, there was a rooftop area that was accessible on the original build, so I continued that theme on this one, added in some flower patches and stuff like that, some shrubbery, as well as I brought the umbrella beds back. We brought those back in style today, except we have the new beds, which are obviously colored instead of just the red ones. And this is all accessible from the interior. So we'll do another little fly around on the back. We'll talk about the parking lot in just a second, but here's what the way the back of the build looks. We have some waste management units down there. I decided to change the parking lot. So originally you could take this pathway, drive down it, and then it would connect back over to that road. I decided to just make this pretty much only for waste management, and I put the parking lot in front of the build instead of behind it. I thought it just looked a little bit better, made the parking lot a little bit bigger, a little bit more symmetrical, and I thought that was just a better decision overall in terms of how to fill this space, because it is kind of a weird space since it's pretty much just like smushed between a bunch of different houses here. So it was kind of like an awkward spot to build an apartment building, but tried to make it work to the best of my ability. So that's pretty much it for what I want to talk about on the exterior. I think it looks pretty solid. Also, I made a reference to those balconies on the back of the original build with some balconies on the front. So keep that in mind. So another thing I want to mention is I didn't furnish every single floor. You know, I wasn't going to furnish every single floor for this video. That would just taken way too long. So I furnished the first floor and the second floor, and they both have two different designs. And basically every single floor above that would have probably been the same design as the second floor anyway, so I felt like it would have been a little repetitive to do the entire interior for just one video. So that's the reasoning behind that. Hopefully you guys don't mind. But I will be checking out the interior right now, so let's go inside here. So you walk in, this is the front door. We have our lobby space, and we have our staircase and our elevator right here. There was no elevator on the original build, so we added that in. And of course there was a staircase on the original, so we have a reference to that, obviously. I have some laundry units over here for the first floor. I was actually originally planning on doing this apartment building, I should say, with 2 apartments per floor, but I decided to keep it the same as the original and do only 1 apartment per floor. It was just way better for spacing. So we'll check out the staircase and the elevator in a second. Pretty much goes all the way up through the build. But let's check out the apartment number 1 here on the first floor. So this one's got a very open floor plan to it. Pretty much no divisions in the walls at all. Pretty much the only thing here is when you enter into the apartment, there is a division from the kitchen and the kind of like the front area here. So this is the kitchen. Again, pretty standard default texture pack kitchen. You're going to see a lot of standard stuff here. Try to use the terracotta blocks and things like that. That's pretty much the new trends nowadays. Television, sitting area, and then in here we have our bathroom. And then this room over here is our bedroom with a walk-in closet as well. So perfect for, like, you know, a single or maybe like a couple to build or to live in this apartment. So it's obviously not for like a full family by no stretch, but definitely a solid bachelor pad, I guess you could say. It's got its own balcony out here in the front, and that is a theme throughout the rest of the floors. So let's go ahead and check out the floor number 2 here. We will go up the staircase, and I want to just walk right up here to the second level, which is right here. All right, so it's level number 2. They all have windows around the elevator and the staircase, just to give in some natural lighting. So this one's a little different because we actually follow this hallway down through here, and this connects into the new apartment. Real quick though, more laundry units for this floor. So here is the second apartment here. This is the one that would be copied and pasted from every single floor going all the way up, so just imagine that. And again, same thing, open floor plan. We have the kitchen, sitting area with the television. And then in here we have our bedroom. So, and then of course also there's a ensuite bathroom as well for this. So you just imagine that this apartment building would be, or this apartment in particular would be going up every single floor for the rest of the build. So let me walk up the staircase again to level 3. Show you guys kind of how much space this build has to offer without any furnishing. So here it is with no furnishing. So it's a pretty decent space. Definitely a lot bigger surface area on the interior than the original, that's for sure. So each one of these floors would have the same apartment going all the way up to level 10. Again, same thing right here. And then you can follow this all the way up to the top. I'll show you guys the top floor where it connects to the rooftop. Nice relaxing area up here on the roof. I really like the way this turned out. I think this is pretty cool. Definitely you can do some sunbathing up in the sky. This is by far the tallest building in Danville. It was actually, fun fact, the tallest building in Danville on the original. Now that it's upgraded, it is by far the tallest building in Danville, and I thought the upgrade turned out really cool. So thank you guys for watching. That's going to do it for this upgrade. Hopefully you guys did enjoy it, and if you did, drop a like on the video. Let's go for 500 likes again. Try to hit that, and I will do another upgrade. I have plenty more ideas of things that we can change around Danville, so let's go ahead and try to hit that like goal, and I will see you guys on the next one. Peace out.